How you see, sir, this international event of all the energy pundits who are gathered here in Baku? How you see this?
It's a fantastic bridge also between Europe and Eurasia, because it's right in the middle. And I think Eurasia has a fantastic future in sustainable development, being formerly more a resource, petroleum resource area, but now you can become a leader. Also in Pakistan, for instance, you do big wind farms now, and big hydropower projects. So I think you also hope to fulfill the Paris agreements of COP21 actively, because you have dynamic economies, and you still have resources. So you have petroleum dollars, so you can do this conversion, this transformation of the energy industry. That's a hope, and I think we really can win this game with climate, which is a very dangerous threat. But now my proposal is to all of you, including China, including India, don't put money into arms, put money into sustainable, clean development. For what? You want to kill each other? Arms? Billions, India just signed a contract with Russia again for billions for arms. Why? Why? You don't want to kill each other. You're in peace now, Pakistan, India, no more quarrels. So I think we really should redirect funds from destructive things to constructive things, to saving the planet, And I think you have to play an important role in this, in your part of the world, including China. China is spending too much money on arms also.
But the US is also putting a lot of money on arms and everything, because US is also the biggest arms seller in the world.
Yes, I know. So this has to change, and I think it only can be changed through the United Nations. The United Nations possibly can encourage people to redirect funds to the right thing. And I'm very glad that the United Nations took this initiative of the development goals. I was behind it for 25 years, and also the Paris Agreement. It's a big hope, difficult to implement, but it's a right signal at the right time. But really, we have to change our energy strategy.
And how you think that the sustainable energy future? You think that the future energy is the sustainable energy? What do you think? Only. There is no alternate.
Yeah, even people think nuclear energy is the solution. There's a limited amount of uranium in the ground. To get it out, you need petroleum again. You need big trucks and machines to get it to the centrifuge. So there's a lot of non-renewable energy involved to refine uranium. So it's all the wrong solution. Too expensive.
How you see the Hinkley Point C?
Well, it won't happen. Too expensive. Too many people against it. Most UN members, EU members are against it. They vote against it. So that's a past generation. It's finished.
No, but the new Prime Minister, she endorsed the Chinese government, and they are going to take some sort of the cooperation with it.
Yeah, it's all talk. It's uneconomical, much too expensive, much too risky. The risk, like Fukushima, because of Fukushima, the whole Pacific Ocean is radioactive until the beaches of California. Fish are dying, the seals are dying because of radioactivity of the whole Pacific. Can you imagine? Such a technology should be prohibited by the United Nations.
But they have the slogan like that the British will have to be cooked their turkey on the Hinkley Point C energy, on the Hinkley Point C gas. They have the slogan like this, and they say that this is some sort of the Western propaganda against Hinkley Point C to make it fail.
Well, it's just a sinful technology. It was the worst human brain invention, the nuclear bomb and the nuclear power plants, as a child of the nuclear bomb. It's one of the biggest mistakes. In Geneva, I'm opening a conference in 2 weeks. I will start with the 4 biggest mistakes in human history of humanity. Number 1 is arms. Why do we make arms? Number 2 is nuclear power. Total mistake. Number 3 is wrong food. There's another one, number 4. So I think it has to be taken up by the United Nations, these 4 mistakes of the last 100 years. We have the technologies, we have the finance. World Bank now realizes that we have to, instead of financing new coal-fired power plants, we have to finance wind farms and solar technology. So it's a revolution. We are in a revolution. Yeah.
And how you see the potential of this sustainable energy alternatives in this region, South Caucasus and the CIS countries and Central Asia?
Okay, now of course Kazakhstan, Azerbaijan, they still live on gas and on petroleum resources, which is fine. They can finance some new developments. But I'm very glad that we're going to ask them now next year that they want to start now renewable energy and finance it with the petroleum dollars. They finance the clean energies. So they're fully aware of this. And also your country, Pakistan, building now lots of clean energy systems. Thanks to China also, to help you. So that's the future. Yeah. And my hope is a young generation, these young graduates who study the right thing, and they are going to implement it.
Do you think that this sustainable energy tool could be used in the conflict resolution and some sort of the resolving the conflicts between the countries and something like this?
Also, absolutely. The war in Syria, this terrible mess there, is financed partly by petroleum, which the ISIS is stealing the petroleum resources. They finance the war with petroleum, And many wars in their history were petroleum wars, Hitler conquered some countries with petroleum because of the resource which he was missing. So petroleum wars, even in Afghanistan, there was a petroleum war, with the Russians and so on. So this is coming to an end because we don't need petroleum anymore. You know what Yaki Tamani said, the former minister of Saudi Arabia? He said, Stone Age didn't end because of a lack of stones. So the petroleum age doesn't end because of a lack of petroleum. It changes because of new technology. Okay?
My final question is that the US is hunting all over the world, this globe, for the hunt of the oil, energy and the other resources, and they are collecting and grabbing these sources in Iraq, in Afghanistan, everywhere. But he has given a lollipop to the third world countries and the other countries of this sustainable energy development. What do you think about this?
Well, it will gain the upper hand, energy wars, energy policies. You see it with Obama, It's no subject anymore for him. It's renewable energy. It's clean power, his clean power initiative. Even the Rockefeller Foundation, the Rockefeller brothers. The Rockefellers made billions with petroleum, Standard Oil of California, Exxon and so on. So they invest all the petroleum investments. Rockefeller, can you imagine? So even these big capital groups, I see the end of the petroleum age. So I think Chucky Almani was right. The petroleum age doesn't end because of lack of petroleum, because of new technology, clean technology.
Thank you very much, Rob. Thank you very much.
Yeah, great. Okay.